speak to order.
No, I didn't say.
Yeah, no one knows my business.
5 to 8.
Move your chair. Some of the stuff I don't have. For the minutes.
Yep, I make a motion to sign the previous minute. I second it.
You guys go with these warrants.
I haven't had a chance to look at them yet, no.
You're talking with Joe and Kathy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy.
I'm actually gonna be up here Friday. I'm coming off this Friday.
Yeah.
Wanted to come in and talk to me then.
Okay,
That's
I don't, it's a horrible week.
okay.
You know,
Maybe.
but
Good.
I'm tired, I don't know, push myself.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going away.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. We have to get it done by
We
April.
can do the payroll.
Alright.
Vote on that.
I think most of the, sign the payroll. Is it?
Actually, we used $30 worth of propane in the kitchen since last time we filmed. I don't see nothing too out of whack here. That $3,000 we owe the state, she's paid that back. Checking this. You guys want to look at this one? We vote on it. We have to step in there this week for Maureen. What's that? We have to step in there this week for Maureen? No. Well, there's a slip in there of Opportunity Alliance, but it's his cost and stuff. one I think you're referring to, no.
Okay.
She come, but he wasn't here, I don't think she came back. But there's a,
Oh, yeah, and that's why I was asking.
yeah,
Stay on top of it. I think this week, they were doing. Oh, really? On trustee Perry. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna sign this warrant for the special town meeting too. Oh, wait, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't do that.
That's on 30th?
Yep.
30th. We got a moderator.
You know, I didn't even ask. You know, I think we need probably 2 hours, we can handle it ourselves. If it's legal, I don't know, I'll ask Debbie.
Yeah.
If not, she has to get somebody to select them.
You don't wanna look like you're ramming something through.
That's why we're having that too.
Yeah.
I mean, we can, if you do the figures on it, it's $200 less than the 10,000 that we're allowed. But who knows? I mean, $200 don't go very far.
No.
So I'm not, it's up to the people on this. If they wanna do it, they'll give us a vote. If they don't wanna do it, they'll give us a vote for that.
Much better off.
Looks like you're up then.
Oh, okay. You wanna vote on the warrants?
Yeah, we ought to do that. You guys sign that?
No. I think most of the vote, sign the warrant. Seconded. Good cat. Cat-like reflex.
Hanging on for dear life.
Ready for me?
Yeah.
All right, so first, I brought an audience member for you guys. My wife of 23 years comes Saturday.
Really?
Congratulations.
Saturday.
Also, believe this will be a little Christmas card from me,
Okay.
buttering you up. So, this is a letter in regard to, yep. Just 1 second, marriage. Let's see. This is a letter going out for a second tree growth penalty. Second penalty for $500 because they haven't complied. 2 of those for you to sign, I'm not sure what the other one is. Next step is going to be a full withdrawal. They don't comply within this next time period. Oh, that's what, it's just, it's both in. 2-hour drive up here, kind of flies by, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so this goes along, this is actually the supplement. So this is the supplement to Deb, the explanation on the other page, which is that $500 penalty for that same element. The reason I have 2 is I'm bring a copy back with me.
Oh, yeah.
We were going 4 miles an hour all the way up to Gorham.
No.
Traffic.
Big traffic.
Same thing, just my copy. Yeah. application, we reviewed it. I think they may have been given time by us, and have to go back from the through. And I got thinking about it afterwards, I'm like, you know what? You guys need to sign it, so I'm gonna go have you sign that, street road application. But we did review it, everything looks good.
Everything's all set. Got an address here, other than. That's their address, though.
Taking license, no, E911 address, it's 01 road.
I'll tell you what, I know there's another place looks a lot like that. That's why I was my question there. I'm wondering how much these KIT is gonna find on some of this.
Yeah, I'm curious, I know there, the last I spoke to was like a little over a week ago, we had 580 properties inspected, more at that point. I'm sure there's quite a few they weren't able to get into, because we bought them for. First of the year, I'm gonna push on it a little bit. I want to be very strongly involved with the sales tables and creation of the tables.
You only need one signature on that.
I'd like one break with it, yeah. This is an application for open space. Same thing. Have all three of these on there.
Yeah,
You recognize that building?
yeah. Almost. Go to the left, before we get to Marshall County. Before you get to
Vacant wooded land for the benefit of wildlife. I like signing them like that.
Do you get reimbursed from the state for open space?
You know, I can't answer that. I'll give you an honest question.
Do you get reimbursed by tree growth? You're supposed to by law.
Yep.
Do you get it?
Do we?
I'm sure you do, yeah.
Open space, I don't know if you do.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember either off the top of my head. We deal with so few of them, I can check that real quick. I should know. So this is a veteran's application. Qualifies, just needed some signature from you guys. This is an acreage correction. They provided the survey, actually this would be Deb's copy, this would be my copy here. Walk you through this one. They provided a survey. I did speak to the gentleman about recording this, actually getting it recorded for us down the registry. Typically, for the issues we've had up here in Baldwin, you know, if anybody's got a survey, it's definitely helping because the deeds are so difficult to get through. But typically, we won't even pay any mind to an acreage change unless it's recorded. So I kind of had a phone conversation with him, he said he wasn't opposed to doing that, and that'd feel better if you did, you know, but it's your choice. So I believe they're gonna go down and record it, but I did make the change anyway. And I went through and read the deeds as well, and, the deed acreage description at the end of the deeds, supported this, so I didn't have any problem making the change to the system. He was at 7.3 acres, and I was at 4.84. That 7.3 was a lot more.
Now, how many years did you abate for here?
One.
Now, why?
That's for the 1 year that you guys have, you're the same three people, but you wear two different hats. So as assessors, you can abate this 1 year, the tax commitment. If they wanted to come back, if an individual wanted to come back year 2 and year 3, free, then you put in selectmen's hat, you can have that discussion. However, we have a very small window, we've had that discussion up here before about paperwork up, there's only certain things that you can abate for, as selectmen. And that's an error or illegality, you know, and it's not because of an acreage difference, it doesn't fall into that, no. So I did have that conversation with him as well.
So this is all we can abate, is this amount of money, huh?
Yeah.
Even though the acreage was wrong a couple of years in front of that, we can still only do one.
Yeah.
Now, and I know in the past, we've done up to 3.
My advice to you is that you can't, you can do whatever you want, you guys are the assessors and you guys are the selectmen. My advice to you is legally you should. This is the same thing, just duplicate, this is my top. I'll take that, put it back in the books for the audit, and I'll go to them.
It's gonna cost him more to register that than he's gonna get for the abatement, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a measure of how pissed off he is.
I'm a little touchy with abatements, because like I told you, I've been through a bad situation myself, you know, so if we made a mistake, we made a mistake, let's take care of it. If somebody else has made a mistake, let's sit down and talk about this first and stuff.
So then you guys also had given Danielle that letter last week. I don't have a copy of it in front of me right now.
I don't either.
Okay.
She did leave one out tonight and stuff. I know what you're talking about and stuff like that. It's nature's wilderness, you know what it is.
Yeah, so basically, do you have a copy of that?
Yeah. Not to recuse myself from any voting or discussion or anything on this.
So this is basically, has been actually 2 abatements filed. One's gonna be dismissed, because you only have one bite at the apple. But they're basically saying the same thing, more or less. So this is just basically asking for additional information. What I decided, and we did the same thing back in May, and I think it was when Renee signed it, sent the letter up. This is gonna come down to you guys, you're the assessors. So before we spend a lot of energy, I'm gonna put a letter in front of you guys, and you figure out what you wanna do.
I'm gonna settle this for just a little while longer.
Okay.
I think when I talked to you the other day, we got 60 days on this, but that's coming on quick
Yes,
too, right?
no, they got 30 days to answer back, so that window closes pretty quick on you. When, by the time you get that mailed out, you've lost a week plus right now from last week. So then, they got 30 days legally to respond to that 706A request. So, you get into a fine timeline.
Yeah, okay.
So, but it's your choice what you guys wanna do with it. Okay, let's sit a little bit longer. Do you have anything that you wanna ask, any questions while I'm here, or?
You see that, Jimmy?
I got a lot of questions myself as well, for
Right.
to see where we're at.
So you've got a lot of stuff lined up there.
Yeah. We did follow through this year with, still in it for personal property. This is an entity that, claims it's not a business. Did file this year as saying not a business, however, filed a business equipment tax exemption. Which one is it? Either you're a business or you're not. You're filed with a corporation with the state of Maine, so it doesn't, it behooves us to request further information at that point. This isn't any different than anything else they're doing any time.
I'm still gonna sit on it just for a little while longer.
Yeah, I'm here to give you as much information as I can too, so. If you have any
Well, I
questions,
appreciate
I'll put
that.
them out there. Because the other thing is, legally or not, sitting in front of the town, so I've been trying to keep up with the minutes and, didn't get very much cooperation from planning board as far as getting any information as to where it stood. The last email I sent, I was a little dismayed by that. You know, it's a situation where legal sitting before the town and living in real life are 2 different things. So as an assessor, you sit out there and you assess. garages that somebody didn't pull a permit on, just to make a simple case, that they can pull a code, building permit on it, but I still have to assess it. So that's where I'm standing at right now. That's just requesting additional information so we can actually make an educated opinion. But, if you don't sign that and you don't wanna send that out, then you're gonna have the next question from me very quickly is then you're signing off to abate. What are we doing, I guess, at that point? So that's the options the way I see it. So then my question to you guys then as a select board, not the assessors right now, where do you stand with nature's wilderness? I know you had a site walk planned with planning board. I was directed by the planning board chair to speak to you guys, so.
That's still going on. There'll be another, the sidewalk is behind us.
Yep.
The open hearing was last Thursday night.
Yep.
But I get on 10:15 that night, just to let you know.
Yep.
And, what is it,
And
January
they've done that.
January 9, something like that, and the hearing's gonna continue and stuff. So it's still going. Oh, yeah, and I'm not sure if you'll make it on the next one.
Yeah.
There's been some questions come up. It was a very good meeting, a lot of good discussion. Everybody was level-headed and thinking.
Yeah.
There was opposite sides of the table, which there is on matters like that and stuff, but I thought it was a pretty good meeting.
Yeah, me too.
Really.
Covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of ground to cover too.
Yeah.
And
Need some answers.
it also, it brought some stuff to light we wasn't aware of. Just for everybody. So, I know you can't speak too much right now, but maybe I'm speaking too much.
No, I think it's
So there's a few things still up in the air.
Yeah.
And I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So.
So my other question, I guess, or issue that we're having right now, for us down there, to properly do what you hired us to do, is just as much as I need good information from codes, I need an avenue for good information from planning board. So with me scouring the minutes on this issue, I come across the solar panel project that was being presented, I don't know, I was watching a video actually, was that December 2nd, I think you were in there about this, and then they did the solar panel presentation, which we had no idea that was even coming up. But that's definitely something that we should be made aware of. I mean, you don't have a ton of subdivisions up here, like Forum does, for example, but there's things coming before planning board that we should know about. I get emails from the planner from every town, keeping us up to date, because it's all stuff we're looking at. What's our best avenue? It seems the chair doesn't want to answer my questions.
Well, just so you'll know, we've got 3 people from solar panel development that's talking to the town right now.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not that'll come, I mean, he's one of the players right here.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 3 housing developments that just come in front of the board and stuff like that. And those are the hottest things we've got going right now.
How am I going to find out about those?
If I could say, that's all being stirred up and nothing's happening on any of the subjects you've raised.
Okay.
I'm on the planning board.
Still
I'm the
doesn't,
vice chair.
still doesn't solve my communication issue though.
That's an interesting one, and I will bring that up
Okay.
to the board.
Because I'm more happy to come in and talk to them too.
It's a very legitimate question, and I think that on the matter of nature's wilderness, it's been a touchy subject with flaring tempers for 3.5 years. And nobody wants to step in front of the firing squad.
Right.
So,
yeah.
That's why, and there's nothing happening. From my point of view, there's nothing happening.
Okay.
So why talk to you about it?
That's what I was gonna ask you, when you need to know. I mean, if someone comes in and says.
We see preliminary stuff, so we'll see
Yeah.
preliminary stuff, so it at least gives us a heads up. You guys are a little different because you don't have quite, for codes, for example, you don't have quite as much going on. So in the past 2 years, I've done the permit pickup in the spring, what we were aware of. Whatever, small list, day and a half, couple days worth of work up here. The other towns, we're doing a fall pickup, which planning, I'll get the preliminary stuff, subdivisions, any major development that's going on like that. But definitely more interested in the planning.
We don't shoot till we see the whites of their eyes. I mean,
There you go.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like, they've had 5 sets of plans come to the planning board. Which one should we ascension? You know, and I think we're gonna have a 6th after the last, public hearing, after public hearing. Very possible. I can't say. And,
What I would like, you're asking me what I would like, then
Yes.
what I would like is the prelim in front of me, I'd love to have that, if I had a means of
you wanna go
communication.
5 of those?
Yeah, that would be great.
Interesting.
I've seen poor Joe lugging a sack like this of all of that.
Yeah.
You want it, you can have it.
No,
You're
I
right.
mean, if you're gonna request, you should have your prelim, that if, say someone's coming and doing a 5-lot subdivision, something like that, then it'd be interesting for me to be able to see the prelim. But yeah, it's
It's
not
gonna
gonna
be
be
so
final
different
till
to
it's
the time
final.
it's done. I mean, that would be our attitude, would be like, we're wasting our time sending it to you, you're wasting your time looking at it.
Not really, because it's communication, that really, seriously,
Okay,
it's good for us to know.
we've got.
Because what happens is 4 houses fall through the cracks like just happened last commitment, we didn't know about them. So the more communication we have, the better.
Well, that's something I was gonna ask you, not to butt into you really, but the deal with Danielle, put the permits and stuff like, is that helping you?
I gotta follow up with her, she started, and she's starting to get some stuff organized, as far as I know, yes, I'll be up here Friday, no.
I know she put it back on her desk about the call.
Good.
For her to enter and go through.
Yeah, we caught her up down there, cause all the way back to April, nothing had been done, so I had Liz catch up down there, so now going forward and working with Danielle, stuff that once or twice, kinda just get her to where we need to be.
Yes.
And I guess she was doing some digging through the files at the time, so I gotta catch up where she's at now. But
She's
she's
got some stuff right on her desk in there now, and she's still having to do stuff.
Yeah.
We're not trying to hide nothing from you.
No, but you don't know what we need if I don't communicate.
Evidently not, because
So that's all.
I felt the same way you do, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, do they need to know, when there's nothing, it's been an unreal.
Yeah.
But if it's approved, then they need to know about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, an idea is just an idea.
Yeah, exactly, because sometimes they're just talking to us, like,
Yeah.
well, what would you think of this?
We've had people come before the planning board with ideas.
Yeah.
The lady with the house lot, she went away.
And she went away.
We'll be running.
Well,
a lot of things.
I guess, as far as having sat on the planning board myself, so I mean, you must have a policy and procedures that you follow, that for someone to apply.
So where did, I didn't get into that.
Maybe not.
Let's not get into that.
I'm just.
We follow the book, we
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah. But it was
Do
a
you
different.
have a place here, do you have an inbox here in this building?
Yes.
Cool. So somebody show me that, and I'll take care of it.
Yeah, it's on the desk,
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
There's
Okay.
an inbox right there, and that's where Wes has been dropping stuff off. But what we had him start doing is dropping it off on her desk, so she can input it for him, so his lady in the office don't have to do it, and we can kind of stay on top of it, little Mike.
I mean, we gotta have some sort of a notation, like, this is real, this is fantasy,
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
this is final.
We have people come in.
Yeah, okay,
Wave the flag.
yeah.
But no, there is some stuff happening. I'll be the honest one, I didn't realize you needed to know that information.
Well, and again, it's gonna be a learning process, so I mean, if you guys are flexible enough to understand that, you're joking, dumping everything in, then I'm gonna sit there and go, I don't need this, and we'll all learn together, and make it better, that's all we can do. I mean, for years, we've been lacking on what you were getting, so there's been a lot of cleanup, that we're trying to do, and trying to close some of those gaps, trying to retrain some people up here, so Wes is giving us what we need, so I think it's working pretty good, but still a work in progress.
Well, we're
I know everybody's willing, there hasn't been a whole lot of issues as far as not willing to help and work together, but it's just a matter of communicating, that's what I'm here to do. And honestly, with me taking over versus Renee, I do things maybe different than she does, and even in the towns that we've already had, closing a few gaps on a few things.
Well, I think the big thing is we talk about stuff like we are right now.
Yeah.
If you suspect something, just ask a question.
Yeah.
And I just drove 2 hours, so I'm gonna talk to you guys like half an hour at least.
Yeah.
Make it worth the drive.
Make it work.
I think they come up with a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, it was what, hour and 20 minutes just to get to Gorham Line?
Wow.
Yeah. And it was traffic.
Yeah.
It wasn't snow, it was traffic. Oh, man, I'm glad I don't travel this way too often.
How do you come out of Portland when because you're right down by the courthouse, right?
Yep, so I ended up getting on 295, jumping on 5B, and heading towards Gorham, 122.
So you come 22 all the way up?
22, and then jump off on 112.
Yep.
Jump off on 5B.
Maybe quicker for you to, well,
He worked it not too far from the courthouse.
yeah. I go up 302 after one of them kind of.
Yeah, we can do that too. Traffic's just as bad coming out right now.
Yeah, and coming home, yeah.
In 2 hours,
Yeah.
2 years' time.
On a snowy night, there's really, I mean, you can cut across
Yeah.
East Ridge Road, you can, instead of swinging on 112,
Yeah.
you can go straight ahead on 22, next to Manchester Road, bring it right on 113.
Yeah.
But it's on a snowy night, you
Stay on
know,
the main route.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Flop faster.
All right, very good. Nothing else I can think of is that letter. Let me know what you guys decide. But again, the time clock's ticking. Yes, you have 60 days to answer an abatement. But when you send the 706 out, they have 30 days to respond to that, and which can affect that 60-day window as well. If then it's deemed denied at that point, then they can deal it.
I will talk to the planning board and see what we want to do with the planning board. But we'll make sure you get the final one.
Okay.
He sent an email to David. David sent it. Did you see it?
Yeah, David keeps me up with whatever happens with him, because being vice chair.
Yeah.
You
You
know.
never know when you're going to be
Yeah.
in jail.
Yeah.
And that's good communication right there.
And I'm sorry too, because my brain wasn't working. So open space, no, there's no reimbursement on open space.
That's what I thought.
No, there's just a straightforward discount for landowner.
Yeah, and it's horrible for the town.
Prorated for, whatever various degree of use that they will have on the property.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's just my prejudice against open space. I wanna see the town get as much money as we can get, you know? Yeah, share and share like.
No, last night we was over the tri-town meeting. Because you put in there with, Porter and Hiram and Baldwin together and stuff like that. And everybody's got pretty much the same problems. Just roads are number one problem, no matter where you go. Hiram's even thinking about taking some of their roads and turning them from asphalt to dirt.
I've heard of that.
Wow.
I've heard of that.
That scares me,
Yeah.
but I think you got less maintenance. It'll cost you more initially to pave something, and you got less maintenance within a long period of time. I don't know. Time will tell, I guess.
Well, I hope we get the solar projects. Not because one of them might be on my land, but just for the sake of the town. I wouldn't have said yes to the guy. You know how many times I told him no.
I know.
I wouldn't have said yes, but I think it's a lot of money. What are they, like $1 million a megawatt,
Something
I
like
think,
that.
and 10 megawatts, 20, 30, it's somewhere between 30 and 40 megawatts proposed for the town.
Wow.
At $15 a thousand. Okay,
It adds up quick.
that could, like you say, roads are the main priority. You could fix a lot of roads in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Can you guys assess a solar farm inside of you can do
Well,
that?
that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
So the more we know about it, the more we can prep. I mean, you gotta understand, I got a lot of balls up in the air with 6 towns now. So the more prep and forewarning we can see if things happening, the better it is for us to be able to act on them.
It could be that, I'm thinking that if you just got a copy of our agenda,
It would help.
that would help.
Yep.
And then you got a copy of the conditional use permit.
And then I could send an email out saying, geez, what happened here, because I'm interested.
Exactly.
Yep.
Rather than,
Oh, yeah, I don't want
you
everything.
know what submissions look like.
Yep. And again, like you said, you know better what happens, how much is actually falling through. Like you say, one that's coming in saying, hey, I want to split my lot or whatever.
Yeah.
Unless it happens, I don't care, but subdivision stuff, but you're not getting them, I understand that. There's a huge difference between what you guys would have going on. Well, you joked when I first came in, Dwight, you and I are the only two in that original meeting that we don't do subdivisions, we don't allow them, you know? So, you know?
I hate to say it, but they're coming,
Oh, yeah.
you know? Even I've got Joe saying that we're changing a little.
Yeah.
When
I
I
didn't
first,
say I liked it, I said I would change
I agree with
it.
you, I agree with you,
Yeah.
but I can remember when I first come on the board of selectmen and stuff, I mean, it was like, Jesus, no change, we're not gonna change it. We're changing, whether we like it or not, you know?
Oh, yeah.
The question real quickly then, what you just said, you don't care about the small stuff, only the big stuff?
You care about if it finalizes, like it's a split lot or something like that. The only reason that anybody, correct me if I'm wrong, unless your ordinance is different or something like that, typically they don't come before the planning board to split a lot unless it's already in a subdivision. You know, that's codes issue to split a lot. So I mean, if you said something about one went away and they came and asked a question, I don't care about that stuff.
Right,
You know, but when it does happen, yes, I do care.
Okay.
If it was in a subdivision, for example, which you do have in town.
Yep.
You know, if they said, hey, I wanna split it, and you guys go, yep, go ahead, then we need to know, so we can split that lot.
We generate paperwork.
But if you're getting, somebody comes in, all right, so I got 100, you don't have this, I get it, but in Gorham, I got 120 lot subdivision going on, that was just approved. You know, add 120 more families into this traffic that just come through, you know, but, you know, so we need to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You would probably have more similar, like my town down in Lebanon, you know, the 5 lot subdivision, or something like that, you know, I guess, 10, or whatever.
We have two major subdivisions that are 7 or 8 lots each.
Yeah.
You know, that's it's more than 5, it's a major subdivision.
Yeah. And it's good for us to know, because you may not always know, maybe you do, that's great, but you may not always know the timelines we're looking at. April 1st is what we're looking
I
at.
know it's April 1st.
So if they get approved.
You send me one of those letters.
Yes. Just things that, it's just good communication, that's all.
Sure.
We might have something happening up in West Waltham too on a lot, I think.
You told me that either 4?
Yeah.
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 And
I'm
it shouldn't.
I'm sitting back watching it and stuff. I haven't seen anything yet, but
I'm gonna sit on this abatement that you guys just signed, because I need Deb to sign it. I'll have her sign that Friday, and then we'll process it. Okay. Instead of leaving it behind. It'll be 6 days to respond to it anyway, so once the decision's been made. I'll let you just catch up with all of it on Friday, because I'll be the one here. That work for you guys?
yeah. Now, what happened to one of the assessors? Did they do anything? I hear one of them is no longer
Where?
from KIT.
I haven't heard of it. I'll check tomorrow. That's the first I've heard of it.
That's what I heard from the grapevine.
Okay. There's one that was sick. I don't know. There was one that was sick, had pneumonia back a couple weeks ago. I wonder if he just kinda,
Can't tell you.
I don't know. I'll check with Ken. I'm just curious. I'm gonna follow up with him anyway, because they had people up here that weren't on the website, so I addressed that with them. I haven't had, he obviously said it won't happen today, maybe a couple weeks or so, and I haven't had a chance to follow up with it. Any complaints that you're hearing from the reval side of things that I need to bring back, or I think we've addressed them as they came in that I know of, so.
They've had 3, 4 places where they've gone knocked on the door and they've been told to go away.
Sure.
You know, I mean, that happens and stuff like that.
And then you force their way in, or try to tell them that they have to, or anything
No.
like that, that's when I have a problem, but yeah, it's been very good, I think.
I think when we're gonna have the issues is when the reassessments are done, and
Oh, yeah.
tax bills go out, stuff like that. There's gonna be some changes.
Well, you'll have your preliminary time right now, so it'll be like a preliminary bill, if you will, that goes out. So you'll get to review all your changes, and this is what's happened, and then that's when we'll have that window of time up here. I think we're looking at 3 to 5 days where people can set up appointments, come in and debate their brand new assessment.
Now, you said
That's not the real bill, that's just the prelim, so they have a chance to look at it first.
That's right. But you said that you've heard that they've done 530 or 540.
Yeah, I got an email, it was like 568 or something like that, he said.
I don't know that.
How many houses are lived in Waltham, do you know?
I can find out, but I don't have it.
And how many houses are in Waltham?
Yeah, I can pull the number on the report. But
I would be very interested.
That'd be in the 800s range, my guess would be.
For houses in Waltham?
Maybe my
Yeah,
guess.
lived in, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be an interesting number to know.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd have the lived in,
Hmm.
that's more of a code issue, as from my point of view, or from their point of view as the assessors, no, it doesn't matter. Lived in or not, still a building there that gets assessed. They could be living in Florida, but you own it up here, you don't ever come up, you're still gonna get a tax bill.
Yeah.
So,
And last I had a hard number, it was 490, which goes back on.
Yeah, it's more than that.
Yeah.
alright, that's pretty much all I had.
Today I was going, well, I was up here Monday, and I was doing some tax map stuff, and I'm surprised, I mean, one person over there lives in Missouri.
Yeah.
One of the places I touched base on and stuff by, you know, the lot that I was looking up, people live in Cyber, you know. It surprises me, number of people that, you know, way out of the state own property and stuff.
I know a few of them myself.
I bet you do. Yeah.
I'm related to.
All right. You all set then?
I'm good, thank you.
The truck bids, we've only got one. No, we got two. Oh, geez, we do have two, that's good. One open them.
Well, Merry Christmas and congratulations again.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Congratulations, Merry Christmas, drive safe.
Yeah, let's hope it don't take you 2 hours to home.
No, it won't be behind slow traffic, I'll be going the back way.
Going the right direction.
But the last time I missed the meeting last night because of a snowstorm.
Yes.
Right. So the meeting before that, it was foggy, rainy, drizzly, whatever, heading back home.
You don't have to come up here anymore.
Get down to Limerick and some doe, it just stopped raining, so some doe's like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, no. You know, and she stopped, went back in, got all the way back to Shapley, went back, past the Shapley Elementary School, started heading down towards Mousom, huge, I'm gonna say 10, because I hunt and I know real quick, but he hasn't seen him long, but beautiful rack on his head, he's like, yep, I'm going up the road right now, I'm like, yep, come on.
Wow.
But, yeah, no, he was beautiful, he jumped right back down, went down the outlook, good times.
All right.
Have a good night.
See you later. This one, George Davis, $2,201.01.
$2,201?
Yeah, that doesn't meet the minimum bid, does it? We set a $2,500 cap on it.
2,000.
2,000.
What do you got, Gary?
Randolph Sanborn. I would like to bid $2,600 on the Chevy truck. There you go. On the way.
Well, the truck isn't going very far.
Nope. I guess I got a new truck for maybe.
Oh, right.
All right, so it looks like Randy Sanford's a high bidder.
Yep. And one cent. And 1 cent, yeah. Right here.
This is George's, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, the next thing we got was the special town meeting. I guess I jumped ahead of stuff here. We already signed that. See? The WMTW scholarships. We looked at these last time. You remember how many we had? Was it 7?
7, yeah.
You could say comfortable with them? Yeah. Are we still gonna do what we said last time?
That would be my suggestion. They're all,
I think-
differentiate. Yeah, they're all.
Yeah, use them all day at the same.
$714 or something like that, or even after, but. What's the total we have to give?
5,000.
Divided by 7. $714.28 per kid.
It works for me.
And buy some books.
Yeah. Well, they all get it.
Yeah, they all deserve it.
Yeah.
Excellent applicant.
Some are real good applicants.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Maine Maritime Academy,
Yeah,
University of Maritime
we get
Academy.
smart kids around.
Yeah, yeah, we do. Yep. Girl Scouts are here Sunday. Christmas Eve, we won't be open, but we're gonna, you've seen the Shoppers Guide today, we're gonna be open the Monday before. We'll have a meeting and stuff. And today I was looking at, I don't know, I think it was Porter's. If they miss tonight, they're not gonna go meet for the next 3 weeks. I just don't wanna go 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Or,
It might be, it might be quick meetings and stuff.
One of them's gonna be a town meeting.
The 30th.
Yeah, Monday the 30th.
or we meet the 23rd and 30th.
Yeah. You guys got anything? They asked me today at the food pantry, if you know anybody that needs a food basket for Christmas, you know, if you hear something about snow, then I can let them know. Somebody will deliver from there.
Quiet trucks again today, no breakdowns, I already told you about that. Stuck on Douglas Hill, the plow truck and body out.
Oops.
You guys got anything?
Yeah, I wonder
Well,
how
that's
the
right.
repairs on the window.
Repeat.
I saw somebody out there.
Very good.
Yeah, cool.
Yes,
The way I look at it.
Was it as bad as we feared?
no,
Good.
and I can say that, and to be honest, I took my own jackknife and stuck into stuff like that.
Right?
The, trim piece on the outside of the window, I can stick my jackknife right straight through there.
Yep,
The one behind that, and everybody was worried about,
Yep.
that was fairly solid.
good.
And the windowsill, where the water had come down over and stuff, they wrapped at it in steel.
Okay.
And that's something that, you know, Gary and I, and Jimmy, we've been talking, maybe we ought to look at doing that whole sill, you know, wrapped in steel and stuff like that.
Steel or aluminum, yeah, either way.
Yeah, is that aluminum that they're bending? It is, okay, I'm wrong.
Probably, that's okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Great.
Right, and I talked to Adam, he's gonna give a breakdown price to have them come in and do sections, you know, every window's the same going down through there.
Yeah.
So it should be fairly consistent, unless you find something, he's gonna give you an overall price or a breakdown price, just like he did on the floor as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're gonna talk about that, a couple of the estimates come in on that, or
On,
the tile of the floor now.
I haven't seen anything.
Well, no, I'm asking, I already got one quote.
Yeah, I know you.
You want me to bring in a couple more quotes?
Well, I think we ought to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are we gonna pursue that, or we're gonna wait? So I wanna try and learn and question them.
We can go 2 ways right now. If we got the stuff to seal the floor, and we can preserve it for about another year and a half.
Yep.
According to Randy, he wants to do it Christmas vacation.
Right. We do still have some loose tile down there though. So,
Can we save it for another year and a half? If we seal it?
all tiles loose, so the sealer's not gonna, the sealer will not hook a loose tile in the floor.
Maybe we ought to get the other 2 quotes on just to see that.
And I'm not trying to spend money, but we know that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
And just chasing your tail is not fixing the problem, it's just costing money.
Yeah.
And the quote might cost pretty reasonable, I'll get 2 more.
See what they got.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is gonna hurt to get the quotes at least to see. Then we'll hold Randy off on doing that and stuff like that. That's hard, because I mean, that floor is 70 years old. You know,
You can't just seal the tile and come back and surface it.
Well, the tile are actually loose on the floor.
Yeah, so woven.
Well, that's what he did, he came in and repaired some in the
Right.
walkway, and every time you pop one out,
Right?
the next one loosens up.
Oh,
We started with
He was
3.
supposed to do 2 or 3 tiles,
yeah,
it ended up being 8.
of course it did.
And then the one down the edge of it loosening, he's like, I can't,
I can't do it.
I'm gonna chase it across the floor.
Right,
And it's different products, it's a little bit different thickness,
got it,
and
got it.
it's liability, it's gotta be fixed, in my opinion.
You can't have asbestos.
I don't wanna say that word you said.
I was on the school board when we talked about encapsulation of it, rather than actually doing anything.
That was a long time ago.
Yep.
Now.
I think the question of a
Yeah.
sealer will just make it shiny on the top, but that loose tile.
Well, the only thing I was
every
worried,
time that pops, it just comes right out from under it. Yeah.
I was here, when the guy from Hillard came in, supplies all the stuff, the cleaning supplies and stuff to the district.
Yeah.
And he was telling about, you gotta grind the top of that off a little bit, you don't get grind it, you got a black buffet wheel that goes on your buffet that scuffs everything out.
Right.
So if you reseal that floor again, and you're gonna retile over it, I don't think that's a good thing, because you're gonna have to buff everything off that you just put back on again.
Right.
And that's, it'll make no sense, it'll just, you don't wanna put something down and lose tiles again.
Right. And what was the cost to have him do the floor? We already had the product.
Yeah.
So just labor for him.
It was about $150.
Okay.
It's pretty reasonable thing to do, and like I said, we got the product right down there, enough to do it one more time.
Right. But it's not fixing anything, it's just put a Band-Aid on it. It's not even putting a Band-Aid on it, in my opinion. The tile is loose. A floor sealer is not
Yeah.
fixing that problem.
Yeah.
You gotta pull them all up
So
eventually.
you got one guy quoted for doing the job?
Well, he was here, he's a flooring guy, he was doing the job out front.
Mhm.
So I had to do the tile,
Right.
while you're here,
Sure.
give us a price.
Great.
We always gotta get 3 prices on anything. But that was a step in the,
Right.
getting it going.
Yeah.
We got some other issues too, with the building and stuff. I mean, the boiler is, the boiler's 1976.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know issues with it yet, but you're not gonna know how long that's supposed to last. And the other thing was the roof out back yet. We got a couple soft spots on the flat part of the roof. We've got some estimates on that, and then you're in the $10,000 without quick.
Great.
So,
Come on, solar farm.
well, that's why we're trying to tread in a little, we don't have no roof leaks,
Right.
but how long is it gonna be before we do?
Right.
So, we're aware of some problems and stuff, but
Was there any problem with the roof on the repair for that window?
as far as I know, it stayed all dry. It was dry on the inside of that roof.
Okay.
Everything was on the outside, all the leakage and stuff.
I just wondered why it happened like that in the first place.
There's a 6-inch, they call it a lap seal.
Yeah.
They put the drip edge on, put
Yeah.
the rubber roof under it, and you put your lap seal over it.
Okay.
And the lap seal had failed, so it was coming in behind there,
Right.
and just rolling out over.
Yep. So, but that's been mended?
That's been mended. That was part of the project that he did.
Cool.
Because that's what the drip edge does, the water comes out, drips out,
Yeah, right,
misses everything.
exactly.
So it's just
Supposed to do, yeah,
Supposed to do.
I know, we got a gutter issue like that. The other was that as you come in the door, there's a little Christmas tree, the little hang tags that say that they wanna have stuff for the projects, for the kids. Don't we have a boatload of money from the class to be able to spend on that size paper and tapes and picture and?
I noticed a lot of them disappeared, people aren't taking that.
I know, but we've got the money.
Ariel is, I watched the money coming in, and
Yeah.
I watched the money, and she's very efficient
Yes, she is.
in how she
Seriously.
works and stuff. And when, like, I see the bills from, Shop and Save, that she's buying food
Yeah.
for the kids, she's not buying junk, she's buying all good
Yes.
stuff.
Yes, but she's a penny pincher.
Yeah, she is, and I think that's why that little tree's, my wife has pulled a couple things off on it already, bought stuff for it. But
Really.
you're right,
I mean, you got the
No.
money, for a printer, nobody's gonna volunteer a printer.
I'll say that. If she needs something bad enough, she says something to it.
Okay,
And another thing,
I don't want her to be scared off of not doing it because it's too hard for her or
no,
whatever.
she's,
uncomfortable. She's great.
one thing, when I first got involved here, I was amazed that everything you've gotta go, you need $1 here, you've gotta go to Debbie, you need 50 cents, you gotta go to Debbie and stuff, and I'm like, it shouldn't be that way. So finally, we talked to Debbie and stuff, and she has got some credit cards out now. But, they're $500 limit credit cards. Like, she's got one for Danielle, so she needs something. She's got one for Ariel, so she was using her own money.
Right.
Yeah,
Taking money out of her
I'm not
paycheck every
surprised.
week
Yeah.
and buying food, then getting rid of it. There's no need of that.
no,
No need of that. So now we've got that set up for her and
Good.
stuff.
excellent,
So
excellent.
she's very cost, effective and stuff by it.
All right. Not where I thought it was going, but okay.
Did you look into, raising the fines for violating the land use use ordinance?
I haven't got that far yet,
Okay,
no.
So it's on the to-do list.
yeah, okay.
It makes sense.
The special town meeting on the dog ordinance thing, man, that's, a lot of that is from Standish, because Standish, you know, does our dog stuff and everything.
Right.
Those fines will be a little like raised up and stuff.
I saw the $1,000 for, animal cruelty. Whoa.
That's not enough.
On the other hand, some of the old farmers we saw years ago,
Twitching his ear, that's animal abuse.
when they, you know,
Bobbed them with the going and
yeah.
stuff, and had the brat at the end of them.
I've seen people use penknives to get pigs to move.
You don't need to.
You know, I mean, I just think of how things have changed.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
A lot.
I
I
know.
mean, I didn't live here, but I visited. You know.
But it's, I can remember, my father always had auction and stuff, and I can remember, they used to always have poles over Livingston over on the Camp Overdale Road.
Mhm.
There would be nothing to go over there on a Sunday, there'd be 10 or 12, trucks in there with teams of oxen and stuff, and they're pulling down there and stuff. But they all had the gourds, they took a 30-30 shell, and weld them down there, they put a brad in, and put the 30-30 shell on over the brad, so that it wouldn't split the gourd and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all illegal stuff, now, you can't do this.
No, yeah, I remember when the law changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like whips and stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know, you can't use them. So I think some of it's for the better.
Oh, I do too. I do too. I know I'll be put out of business just not being able to keep sheep at some point. I mean, it's, you know, it'll be something to do with paperwork or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Things have changed in the last 30, 40 years.
The insurance people already want to stop me from keeping sheep.
They're gonna raise your rates, make it so
No, they
expensive.
don't want to cover me
Oh, really?
for my sheep.
Yeah.
Really? Can't they bite somebody?
Exactly, exactly.
Really?
I
Right.
tried to explain
You
it,
ever heard
they
of
don't
that?
bite, they can't bite, they don't have a heart that bites.
They may ram you, but.
Unless you're grass.
Yeah, my chickens will peck you to death. Watch out.
Yeah.
Well, we know that's fact, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, that's all I got.
I did have one quick question. You talked about the generator. I haven't heard any more talk about that, where is that?
Or either.
I've been hearing about that for
A while.
3-4 years.
I've
Supposedly
been hearing about it for a while too.
Supposedly
Got one lined up.
Yeah, we were supposed to have one here about a month ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So we gotta do that. I mean, if it was close, if we're closer,
Yeah.
keep it rolling. We need it.
Yeah.
Nothing is free.
True.
Free-ish.
Yeah.
It was better than buying.
Maybe if I see him up here at the street or something, I'll just ask him, see if he knows.
What's the generator from?
Because he was supposed to haul it in here.
Yeah, he was.
I think it was a county's pickup truck.
Yeah. I offered to haul it to if they needed help. I got 3/4 ton truck. Yeah. Yeah. All the time. I'm trying to boost you. Glad you got the boots on. That's why. I didn't say that. But you did. Oh. Yeah, that's why that's a lot. She can edit that out.
All right, so what else? We got everything done here.
Make a motion to adjourn, get off snow. Okay.
Do you remember when the CN Brown truck rolled over and caught fire at Cornish Station?
The Cornish Station?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You wasn't here then when that happened?
Probably wasn't.
It was in the early 70s.
Yeah, I didn't live here till 94.
Oh, 94, yeah. Then a question come crop up about that. Well, I was here and I can remember seeing it going to school.
Yeah.
about, you know, oil samples and if there's still oil in the ground, but the place, it caught fire and burned.
Oh, wow.
So it would tell me it burned itself up.
Yeah,
I don't know that for a fact.
Right.
yeah, sometimes the oil might get ahead of the flames going down into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then at Planted Wood Meet one night, there was a lady there that they sell vegetables, and she was.
Should you too? Yeah.
But, can you remember the tank farms used to be there? Was you at the tank farm?
I remember tanks there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of oil that was transferred.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff
Oh, yeah.
over the years and stuff, so I mean, usually whenever there's a tank farm, there's been at least one spill somewhere, or a little spills.
At least.
I've heard stories about holes in the tanks.
Nothing would surprise
I
me.
got told by somebody, said they called in, there was oil just spurting out, like opened the faucet,
Oh.
oil coming out.
Yeah.
And she called Jewett.
Yeah.
Jewett took care of it, but, you know, yeah, there's oil in the ground. Of course,
No.
Cause they don't treat it back then like they do now.
No.
you know,
Dig it up and.
your garage,
Yeah,
you know, there's oil there.
yeah.
Car truck owners that take out the old oil, dump it over the stone wall.
Yeah, them
You
days.
know, that's in the
Yeah.
woods, you know, it's just,
I mean, I don't agree with that.
no, I don't either, but
No,
that's
not
the
at all,
way they.
but that's the way it was done.
No, it used to be. You have a standard operating practice.
That's where it came from.
Yeah, exactly,
That's
exactly.
My father would, coat his manure spread with oil.
Oh, yeah.
My father did the same.
I mean,
When we get
still,
done,
it ain't rotted.
when we get done with them at the end of the year, you put sawdust in front and rear, and took 5 gallons of motor oil and dumped all over it. You always did that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now they got plastic bottoms on them.
Wood isn't rotted out of it.
No.
Treat all the framing with old oil and stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah. Well, look what they used to do for dust control on Acres and Wildlife Road. They used to spray that with motor oil and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
We lived in Sedago on Donald Road, and that was there. My father used to bring home to get 55-gallon drum of it, and drive up and down the road with the back of his truck.
Yep. The towns used to do that.
yeah, it was an accepted practice.
And what did you do for mosquitoes on the pond? You put oil on the pond,
Yeah.
kerosene on the
Greatest
pond.
look in
Yeah.
Monroe. Yeah.
Now, I can remember,
Yeah.
you know, I lived here all my life, but I can remember they had trouble with bloodsuckers in
Yeah.
on Sand Pond one year.
Yeah.
And they waited till wintertime come, and they backed a truckload of salt out on Sand Pond and dumped the whole load right there to take care of the bloodsuckers. Now, you know, it was funny, because last year we went out, did you see the buoys when we set out to the end of the corners and stuff like that? Well, when we pulled the chains out this year, remember the chains was pretty well corroded and stuff? I'm wondering, you know, I mean, if that's,
salt in it?
well, I mean, you would think that would be gone by now, but there's something eating that wood, that steel.
They
weren't all
Yeah.
long, it was mild steel, but
Yeah.
it was very rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, because I remember you and I talking, because you asked, you got the change, you said, you wanna get going, I'm like, oh, don't worry about this freshwater pond, they'll never.
Right.
I was shocked when
It
we
was
were.
Yeah.
really rusty. Yeah.
When we took that out.
There's, on Sand Pond, if you stand at the public beach, and you look out to the point on the right-hand side,
Yeah.
just across from that was Smith Grant's camp. It used to be gunners camps in that cove
Okay.
and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to bring the bass population, you know, around in the Sand Pond and stuff. So this must have been in the early 70s too. They took truck tires, probably 200 of them out there. And they cabled them all together on the ice.
Yeah.
Then when the ice went out, down they went. If you look up Sand Pond and you keep looking, it'll tell you on the internet about that when they did that.
Wow.
So when you tell people about that, they're like, no way, that did happen. Those tires are still lying. So if you see an oil sheen or something, it'd be from them old tires or something. But like I said, today, you wouldn't hear of that today.
bring the fish around?
What's that?
Did they help the fish?
Oh, it did, I mean, it made a spawning place for the bass and stuff. Remember Gene Black?
Oh, yeah.
We was out there when we was kids, and the biggest bass I've ever seen caught on sand, he caught it right there.
Wow.
When we got to his ice fishing trap, it was humming. You know, the bass was taking off, you know, it was pulling out line, all you could hear was that reel
Right.
just spinning and stuff.
Right?
So he got it out, you know, it took us probably 15 minutes to bring it in.
That.
Yeah, but I mean, big bass, there's some big fish at Sand Pond.
So I guess the salt's not hurting them.
No, no. Either they learn to adjust with it, one or the other.
I guess.
Well, that's all I got. Well, if you guys got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Chairs back next Thursday, probably. That's a small thing to do.
You wanna set them up in the other
It's
room?
not next Thursday, it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, you're right.
2 weeks.
You wanna set them up in the big room?
It was David's call.
I think it's nicer when it's like that rather than all split around. I do. I mean, it makes it more personal and makes people be politer and nicer to each other.
That maybe we ought to
You know,
leave everything right time then.
that's my personal feeling.
I come up,
It's hard to be nasty to somebody sitting right here, right there. You know, they're all right there.
Yeah.
They're not all over there.
Yeah.
I'd come up in the morning thinking that we had to do it, but I had Danielle email it to see if any word got back, we're gonna try to do everything right. But I was getting a little nervous, the room was filling up.
No,
No,
it's
I think it worked out well.
Yeah.
I told them not to plan it for, I'm not gonna do it.
Well, yeah.
That meeting.
That was good.
I wonder how much it snows since we've been in here.
We'll find out.
Not over the windows yet.
Yeah. Oh, you made a motion, we adjourned, I seconded it. Yeah.